Welcome to the Deep Dive Books channel, where we hope you find something valuable every day.
Let's continue with Scott Adams' book, Reframe Your Brain. This is the fourth part of our interpretation. The last part was about general relationships. This part is about intimate relationships. Dealing with strangers, colleagues, acquaintances, or even friends, although difficult, is essentially easy. Because you can always leave. It's like a free market. But with family, it's different. Starting from dating, everyone only has one slot for a romantic partner. Why would someone give that slot to you? Then dating, getting married, the relationship upgrades from ordinary to romantic, to a couple. This close connection brings a lot of problems. Breaking up is heartbreaking, staying together is tough, and if you have children, they are forever your children, but if they don't listen to you or oppose you, what can you do? As the saying goes, you can choose friends but not family. Every family has its struggles. Let's see how Adams reframes these relationships. I need to clarify that Adams' content in this part assumes a male reader, specifically a heterosexual male perspective. Some statements might displease women. He may not be right, but hearing different views can spark thoughts. Let's start with courting. We've often said that finding a partner is a mathematical problem. Adams takes it further. Reframing is about utility, not correctness. Mathematically, if your goal is one person and you hope she chooses you, the probability is low. There are many better candidates. But if you reframe the problem and imagine the whole world, finding a suitable person who finds you attractive is almost inevitable. So, if you can't find a partner, broaden your search. Personal ads aren't very effective. They're just criteria. We discussed in Seth Stevens-Davidovitz' Don't Trust Your Gut that in mature societies, people don't marry solely based on criteria. If your criteria aren't super strong, your charm must be shown in real interactions. Create opportunities to meet more people by joining a club, participating in sports, volunteering, or changing jobs frequently. You only need to find one person, so you don't need to please many people like a celebrity. Celebrities can't please everyone either. Even the most popular musicians are only liked by 10% of people worldwide. But you do need to get your basics right. For finding a partner, sexual attraction is crucial. This means showcasing certain genetic advantages. There are general and special advantages. General advantages are physical. You need regular exercise and a healthy diet. A woman once told Adams that men over 30, as long as they have a decent job and exercise regularly, are already in the top 20% for male attractiveness. If they pay attention to fashion and hairstyle, they're in the top 10%. So, while it may be hard for women to stand out by appearance, men's appearance competition is not fierce at all. In terms of special skills, it's good to have some sports or artistic abilities. You don't need to be very proficient, just enough to show genetic advantages. I've heard being very proficient attracts the same sex more. Some women might be interested in intelligence genes, but Adams advises not to expect too much. Regarding the time before marriage, some people think it's about experiencing the beauty of love, while others see it as a rehearsal for marriage. Some suggest that couples should travel together during their passionate love to reveal their flaws and personalities and see if they can adapt. Some couples break up right after a trip, which might be for the best, indicating incompatibility. But Adams suggests a more powerful reframe. Every small thing in a relationship is about setting control, especially for the woman. You must be very careful to pass these tests. For example, a classic scenario is the woman asking you which restaurant to dine at tonight. If you immediately choose and say, let's go to this one, she might accuse you of not considering her feelings, being domineering. Subconsciously, she's complaining that you're not accepting her control. If you say, I don't care, you choose, that's also wrong. This shows you refuse to take responsibility for the choice. If the restaurant is bad, she bears all the blame. Adam's mother wisely told him that when someone asks for your opinion, they want you to share the blame if things go wrong. Adam's insight is that women want their partners to meet two requirements. First, you must be decisive and responsible. Second, you must accept her control over decisions. Isn't this contradictory? This insight resolved a mystery I had years ago. A good friend, very smart, into military, computer technology, and economics, fell in love with a girl in his field and got rejected. He was very troubled and asked another friend and me for analysis. The other friend directly called the girl and asked why she didn't like him. The girl said our friend had no scheming. She liked guys with scheming but didn't use them. This baffled me. Scheming was a new concept then. I thought the requirement was too high. Talented but not using it, like a Shaolin monk? Where can you find such a person? Reading Adams, I realized. Having scheming means the guy won't be at a disadvantage in society. Not using scheming means not using them against her. So how to meet such a requirement? Adams' answer is simple. Immediately offer 2 restaurant options, showing decisiveness and responsibility. Then let her choose, acknowledging her authority. Many believe marriage is the result of love or finding a soulmate. But Adams sees marriage as a commitment. We discussed David Brooks' view that marriage is a commitment. Of course, marry someone you truly love. But love, no matter how you maintain it, fades over time. We talked about habituation. It's not just that. Everyone around you, friends, colleagues, strangers, can show you only their best side, except your spouse. She must expose all sides, including the worst. It's unfair. Over time, everyone seems better than your spouse. So, relying solely on love to sustain marriage probably won't work. Traditional marriages had economic constraints. Different roles ensured someone hunted or earned money while someone else took care of the home. In modern society, people, especially women, are increasingly independent, challenging marriage and increasing divorce rates. Adams believes 25% of people love marriage and don't need special maintenance. For most, the biggest benefit of marriage is ensuring you're not alone. Adams' reframe is: marriage isn't about finding a soulmate but finding someone committed to being your lifelong companion and protector. And the value of commitment grows over time, not decreases. From this perspective, marriage is about finding a commitment person. Love is important, but realistically, one can easily fall in love with someone nearby. So prioritize commitment. Now you're married with children. Parents often feel that kids are most adorable before age 10, offering cuteness without troubles. They trust parents completely. My son believed I was a soldier and fought in battles when he was 4 or 5. My daughter thought I was a pirate. But after 10, entering adolescence, they develop their tempers and start opposing you. At this stage, an outsider might see parents and children as power and resistance. Your intentions are good, but you can't tell if you're empowering the child or exerting control. You want control, so they resist. But laissez-faire isn't right either. What should you do? Adams doesn't have biological children, but his ex-wife had a son, his stepson. Adams disciplined him, the stepson resisted, but they ended up having a good relationship. The stepson liked playing drums and unfortunately passed away young. Adams learned to play drums in his memory. Adams reframes educating teens as legitimizing authority. Why should children listen to you? Where does your authority come from? First, from responsibility, this is your child, you must protect and guide him. Second, from ability, everyone knows teens' brains aren't fully developed, while middle-aged brains are at their peak. So, my advice from a middle-aged person to a teen is valid. Explain this well, and the child should accept it. There will still be conflicts because teens focus on immediate pleasure, while you think long-term, a fundamental conflict. Adams suggests reframing here. In Win Bigly, Adams discusses a persuasion technique called, first sink, then lead. Trump used this well, first sinking emotionally, then guiding you to his direction. Adams now talks about a similar trick called, embrace and amplify. If a child wants to play while you want him to study, first embrace. You can play because you should be happy. We're on the same side, your happiness is my happiness. I fully support your happiness. Then amplify. But I care not just about present you, but also future you. I think future you will thank present you for listening to me today. Speak sincerely, and the child will understand why you want him to make this choice. Interacting with people involves joys and sorrows, but we must believe people are essentially good, especially family. Despite this, we should remain clear-headed, balancing emotion and reason. Saying, "I'm doing this for you, why don't you appreciate it?" is pointless. Adapt to think about relationships more objectively and clearly. Consider others' perspectives, the overall situation, and the system's perspective. Adams rarely cites new scientific research, but his ability to reframe situations is a scientific spirit. That's today's content. Next, we'll discuss revisiting influence.
If you feel there is value in this, please like, subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments section. Let's grow together and read more good books.